Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order for February 5th, 2026, 2:35 p.m. The first thing I want to do is have a motion to approve the minutes from December 4th, but you may need time to look over the minutes. Motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to give a brief moment for you to look that over. That would start on page 5 of the agenda of the packet. Does anybody want more time to look over the minutes? I have a motion to approve the minutes from December 4th. We
already did that.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Paul needs to vote. Sue?
Paul and Sue, would you like more time to vote, or are you holding off? You're not hearing us. Paul, okay.
We could do majority.
Julianne, the SharePoint link that Christina put up is working and accessible.
Okay, thank you. Sue, did you want to review the minutes? We'll take a vote on that.
I don't think Julianne is listening, nor Susie.
I am, but where do you find SharePoint at? I don't usually go on there.
Can you hear me or not?
I could hear you.
Yes.
The link's
So
in
I
the
am
chat.
listening. If you can't hear me when I'm talking, please someone tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you can.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. So we're just waiting.
We can access it through the SharePoint link that Christina put up.
Yes. Can you hear me, Sue?
I don't know where to access.
Oh, okay. Do you want to vote on the minutes? I don't understand what the disconnect is here right now, but I believe we have a majority for the minutes. So let's lower our hands. Antigone, did you have a comment?
Nope.
Any
No,
opposed?
I'm good. Sorry, I forgot to put my hand down.
Okay, any opposed for the minutes? Okay, those will pass. Thank you. We are going to start with some of the easier revisions and move down the packet. However, it's going to take me some time to find the numbers, so bear with me to ensure that I have everything. So on the packet, on page 2 of the packet, can I have a motion to approve item 26-20, the revision of PSY 207 health psychology?
So moved.
Second, Bill.
Thank you. This is a course that I teach out of the social science department. I'm removing the prereq to make it more accessible for students to take. They can successfully take and pass that class as I have sufficient references and notes in the course. Is there any questions?
No.
All right, a motion to approve revision of PSY 207. Please raise your hand.
Okay, just waiting for Sue. She's there.
Sue, are you able to vote? I don't know what the issue is.
Maybe we should send her a text.
We don't really need these to be unanimous. If she's
No.
unable, they seem to do
All
it.
right, lower your hands. I raised my hand. I'm supposed to lower it. Any opposed to the revision of PSY 207? Item 26-20 passes. Can I have a motion to approve item 26-21, course revision of VIC 290? A motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, Tracy.
Thank you. Jill, would you like to present this, please?
Yes, hi. It was a refresh of VIC 290's course learning outcomes. Really easy, straightforward.
Okay. All in favor, please raise your hand.
We have majority.
Lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you. I don't know if anybody came in after I counted, Susie, but I have 10 voting members here. Did anybody else come in after I voted? How many voting members do you have?
Oh, 2. Does Sue count for 2? What 2?
No,
She's the dean. I know 1, 2, 3, 4,
no, just one.
7.
How many do you have?
I have 9.
Did you count me?
Yeah.
I have Antigone, Jill, Michael, Glenn, Tracy, William,
Oh,
Justice.
Antigone. I'm sorry. We have 10.
Okay, 10. All right. We're going to move on then. We're going to attempt to do the fire. Oh my gosh. We're going to attempt to do the FIR, if I can get the packet to reopen.
I can see the FIR on the screen, Julianne, if that's what you're.
I don't know the numbers of it. I'm going to try to
Oh,
reopen
I
it.
see. I'm sorry.
Julianne.
Yeah, you know what, Susie, you could read the numbers because I can't open the packet. My computer is actually the problem right now. It has nothing to do with how it's posted. What's the item numbers for the 3 curriculum for FIR?
You got it. Okay, that was Sue I was talking to. She's got it now. What did you ask me? The item numbers for.
Here,
I can't access the
here,
packet right now.
it's 26-16 through 26-17 is I'm sorry, 26-12, 26-13 for the fire science degree and certificate. Those would be the first 2, and then the other changes would be 26-14 through 26-17, which would cover the basic operations fire certificate.
Just do it all together. Just all your items.
I understand that. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
26.
So can I have a motion to approve? Is it 26-12 through 26-17?
Yes.
So moved.
Okay.
Second. Oh.
Okay, we have 3 curriculum revisions: basic operation firefighter certificate C444D, C343A fire science certificate, C243B fire science AAS, and then the 3 course revisions: fire 121, 122, 123. William, would you like to present this?
Yes. Okay, so for the basic operations fire certificate, the state fire marshal changed the curriculum for the basic operation firefighter, which this sets the students up for certification. So we had to make the mandate changes. They wanted to move several topics around, so that resulted in moving course learning outcomes around between 121, 122, and 123. Which resulted in also hour changes, and we also increased the lab fee from $100 to $150. Plain simple response is firefighting equipment is very expensive. That's the best explanation I can have for that. So we moved that around. The fire science degree and certificate, we moved Fire 102 from semester 2 to semester 1. The fire specific classes we do as 8-week courses. because the other courses are more designed for 16-week. In doing that, we identified with the instructors the need to move 102 to the first semester to complement and balance it out. And this was instructor driven. Any questions?
Thank you very much. All in favor of the 3 curriculum revisions and 3 course revisions of FIR, please raise your hand. Counting 8, 9. Antigone, do you want to vote? 10. So I'm just checking this out if it's all the voting members. Okay, lower your hands.
Okay.
Any opposed to the 6 revisions for FIR? And that has passed. Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve item 26-18 through 26-19? It is 2 curriculum revisions of FET.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. We have C280A Facility Engineering Technology AAS and C380A Facility Engineering Technology Certificate. Who is here to present this?
Julianne, I just reached out to the dean and CE to call her to get her into this meeting. Can you go on to the next item, and she'll be back in time to handle it then when she comes back,
One is joining.
unless she's joining now.
Yes.
I'm just going to take a pause because then when
Felicia
this
is here. Felicia's here.
Yeah. Let's go ahead with this. Felicia, thank you for joining us. Could you please present these 2 revisions for FET technology, AAS, and certificate revisions? I have updated program learning outcome, updated curriculum description. Is there anything else?
Felicia?
Let's give her one more minute. Felicia, are you here? Okay. I don't see any particular issues with this updated PLOs or curriculum description. If anybody has questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go for a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
We're good.
Lower your hands. Any opposed? Okay, that item has passed.
Okay.
All right, just taking notes here. FET has passed. Christopher should be coming in one moment. We did all of this. We're waiting on that. While he's coming in the class, the meeting from his break on class, I just want to start this. Can I have a motion to approve the items you see on your screen? Let me see what numbers they are. It would be item 16-9. That's really, I think it's supposed to be 26-9 on the agenda. It's not supposed to be 16-9. but it's listed wrong on the agenda. So it's a motion to approve, in reality, 26-9 through 26-11. And we're missing one. We've got AAS, restaurant management, hotel management, beverage certificate, and that's not an HIA. It's actually 3. It's only 3. So strike that pesticide applicator. That's not HIA. So we're going to have a motion to approve item 26-9 through 26-11, which is 3 HIA curriculum. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Okay, so here we have
Looks like
2
Christopher.
inactivations. You see C206F and C306J are being inactivated. And then we have 1 revision of C206H, HIA/motel management, AAS. Christopher?
Oh, I'm just letting you know I'm here.
Yep, can you present that? We're ready for you.
Oh, sure. So in a year ago, unfortunately, with the transition between chairs, this never moved forward to curriculum, but it was last spring in our advisory council or advisory committee meeting, our industry leaders perhaps suggested that by having so many of these management degrees that we were diluting our potential population of students, and that was causing us to not offer or run classes because they weren't meeting the threshold to be run. So their recommendation was that there's so much overlap between the programs that you could just condense them into one management degree and thus pull the relevant coursework from restaurant, pull the relevant coursework from beverage, but just have it be one overall management degree and not have it be 3 specific degrees.
Makes sense.
Sounds very good. Does anyone have questions for Christopher? So we're going to be inactivating the 2 and revising the first one. With those inactivations, then Christopher will just check with research to see if there's any active students in those, see if they're going to complete or if they're going to transfer into a different curriculum within your area. Once we know that all the students are satisfied with their decision to complete or switch to another program, then you could bring that back to the curriculum committee meeting as another item agenda. In the meantime, I could form a study committee that will review the recommendations to inactivate and future deletion for that. But it will take a vote at another meeting to completely delete that. It does take time. It doesn't have to be this semester. We could bring that back in the fall if need be, or spring. It doesn't matter how long, as long as those students are taken care of. And then just don't leave them, hanging inactivated for many, many years. Okay. Do you have questions on that?
No, I do not.
All right. I can't remember. Did I vote on this one or not?
Nope,
You voted,
not yet.
right? Okay. All in favor, raise your hand.
We're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you, Christopher. Okay, those items have passed. Let me ensure that we are on track here. We're going to do auto next, I believe. Okay.
Julianne, there was one HIA item on that page.
And what is that?
I'm sorry, HRT, pesticide applicator.
Oh, it's HRT. Okay, hold on.
Yes.
What number is that on the agenda?
It was under the
Pesticide
HIAC.
It's 26-6.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve item 26-6 C401G pesticide applicate certificate, and this will be an inactivate as well. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Christopher, if you're still here, do you want to comment on this, or Justina?
Actually, we have Sam on the line. Sam, would you like to comment?
Oh, if this is part, is this part of HRT then?
HRT.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're going to vote on all of these. We're going to vote on all of these together.
Got it.
So I don't want to just comment on this particular one. So I'm going to revise that motion to approve to include all of them. I think this was just errant on this particular slide. It should have been listed on.
It's 26.2 through 26.8.
So I think I have it here on this slide. I have 7 horticulture in activation. So Susie, tell me the numbers again.
26.2 through 26.8.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to approve 26.2 through 26.8 then.
So moved.
Seconded.
Thank you. And so we have a proposed 7 inactivations of the horticulture program. Sam, would you like to present on this?
Sorry. Yeah, sure. So it was in early December, it was brought to my attention that there was an intention to inactivate these programs and then petition to close the horticulture program and go through an orderly withdrawal process of the students that are remaining in it to officially close it, ending in spring of 27, giving the students that were at least 50% complete ample opportunity to finish the program that they were in. Most of them were in the degree certificate. There was a couple in the certificate programs, but giving them time to finish the core courses in the horticulture curriculum. There will have to be some exceptions made with some of the electives as students finish, because the horticultural electives that are required are no longer being offered. And then this fall of 26, there will be a selection of horticulture classes that run to finish up the rest of those students. And then the hort classes will not run after that. Again, gen eds will finish by spring of 27, and then the program is slated to be closed.
Any particular questions for Sam? Tracy?
So my concern about this is as I look at this degree, I understand that perhaps it may need some modification, as we have tried when we were doing the cannabis certificate. When I look at the community that Triton serves, it seems to me like horticulture, lawn care, that kind of thing is something that many of the people in our community would want training for. It seems to me, it feels to me similar to what we encountered back with engineering technology, back even years ago with our business programs, where we needed to look at them and modify them. Perhaps look at dual credit, looking at WIA, looking at other ways of connecting with the community. But eliminating another program that allows students to leave and go right into a career, especially one where our population would want employment, it seems like we are missing the marketing of it, not needing to eliminate it.
Thank you, Tracy. Antigone, I briefly saw your hand up. Do you have a comment on this?
The main issue we have, because I've been through this entire process, is foot traffic. We don't have it on campus like we did even when I went through this whole process. And I know that it's obviously affecting the biotechnology and here with horticulture, which has been a long-standing program, the horticulture one especially, that has opportunity as certificates. I don't know the numbers behind all of this, so I can't speak too much further than just saying would have been nice, just my opinion, if we just consolidated this with another, with its cousin program, I'd like to call it, hospitality, and then did a better, as you put it, a go at the marketing, what are things we can do to revitalize enrollment physically attending the campus? Because that's actually, if you look at all the data, look at the real numbers and compare them to historical data, that's the clear difference. We have numbers, but they're not on campus.
Are you talking about the high school as well as off-site locations?
That's what I'm saying. Head count, there's always many ways to look at the data, and because of what I went through with the orderly withdrawal, I'm extremely sensitive on data. I'm very, very aligned with looking at it the way that it needs to be looked at versus the way it wants to be looked at. Forgive me for phrasing it that way, but that's the truth of it. And when we strategically look at where the numbers are and where they're not, we're not seeing the traction. We don't have that traction of students who are physically on the campus and committed to the curriculum that they're in, because a lot of those numbers are off campus, and as you put it, the dual credit, the enrollment is not physically on the campus. So therefore we're not getting the completion rates to final completion, to degrees and whatnot. We're getting numbers in the beginning, but not all the way through. So there's a lot going on. Forgive me, there's a lot going on here. So I'm just saying, I don't know if the numbers are even there to sustain this program at this time.
Okay.
Or any either of them.
I have two questions for Sam then. Sam, do you have high school students or one of these certificates that's offered at the high school or on campus as a dual enrollment at the high school or a dual academy at the campus? That would be my first question about the high school students. And my second question is, do you have a number of active students in each of these programs, or at least combined in all of them?
So we were looking at the dual enrollment program. We hadn't had it for a while. We started that process last year, and then we lost our dual enrollment person. So that was part of my goal this spring, was to start those conversations again. I actually had a couple of emails into our interim to start talking about the dual enrollment programs and getting them into the high schools. After visiting several of them for the career events and whatnot, there is an interest there. The students just don't know about it enough. But I know there would be a draw there. In terms of our numbers in the programs, I believe right now there are 15 students enrolled in the AAS degree program. One was in the Greenhouse Grow certificate program, and there was one in the grounds maintenance certificate program. So that is where we currently are. I did receive an email a couple of weeks before courses started with another about 10 students that were interested in enrolling in the horticulture program as a degree. There were 8 that were interested in degree, 2 in certificate programs. As far as I know, they were directed elsewhere in anticipation of this program becoming inactive, so that they would be able to complete an alternative program. I don't know if those students remained on campus or enrolled in another program, but I do know that those students are not enrolled in any of the horticulture classes that I am teaching or that anybody's teaching this semester.
Okay. Thank you. So currently, if I recall, 15 in horticulture AAS, and then 1 in greenhouse, 1 in ground maintenance.
Yes, if memory serves, I believe that is where everybody sits right now.
And then so the sustainable has 0 in both of those, and well, actually 3 sustainable and 1 pesticide. Those have 0 at the current time.
Yeah, so the sustainable agriculture was shelved a couple of years ago. So it was pulled by our previous dean and shelved because of low enrollment numbers. And that was part of, well, my tenure project was to rebuild those programs. So those on watermark should be slated for deletion. Those were going to be recreated as a certificate program under the HRT prefix rather than the SAT prefix, just so that they worked better they were easier to find, and they would work better as a certificate that was fully online under the HRT heading. But that obviously has not come to fruition at this point.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Paul?
Yes.
Hi, thanks, Julianne. I'll take my hand down here. Yeah, it is a disappointment that we're at this point, but I do want to assure folks that we have been trying in many different ways in many different venues to see if we can bring more enrollment here. We have spoken to the high schools about the dual credit possibilities for a couple of years. Our early responses, well, I won't even say our total responses have not been really enough to justify having a cohort, but we were still in the process of trying to create one. We were not sure that it would run though, because the high schools did not have a lot of interest. We've had a lot of enrollment in select courses, but those students don't continue beyond a couple of courses that have their interest. I think it's it's well put together program, but it's not just Triton that's seeing the fall off in horticulture. And we spoke with some of our sister community colleges that were also experiencing a fall off and are making changes to their programs and staffing in the metro area. I don't know if it's the same thing that we have with some other programs where you can make enough that you don't need to necessarily come back in and get education as quickly as before, but a number of these programs have extremely low completer numbers and have had their entire existence. And there aren't a lot to, they're just not a lot living up to our expectations or our hopes.
Has there been conversation of Paul or Sam about consolidating some of these?
There has been, sorry, Paul, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, Sam, you're the expert.
I was just going to say that there has been some consolidation over the past several years. There was a floriculture degree and a couple of other things that have been inactivated within the last probably 5 to 7 years. I know Christopher did a lot of that when he first took over because there was an overabundance of certificates. And when those were reworked, the certificates were all worked into a guided pathway. Every certificate stacks into the next. So as our students complete the entire AAS program, they will have earned those other certificates along the way. So there has been a lot of consolidation of the courses. Our course catalog isn't all that robust, but what we have, every course that they take is stacks towards the degree. There's never a wasted credit. They could stop anywhere along the way, or they can go all the way to completion. So there has been a bit of consolidation, but it's not like any student who leaves will be completely lost with nothing. If they don't happen to get to the degree, there are certificates they have earned along the way, so they will leave with something.
Thank you. Anyone else present or members of the committee have questions on this? Okay, we're going to have to vote on this. Make sure only members of the voting committee will raise their hand. All in favor of inactivating the 7 horticulture programs, please raise your hand. Okay, that's 6. Lower your hands. I just heard another bing. I'm not sure if someone raised their hand and lowered it. You know,
That was me.
I was imagining if somebody like lowered and raised right away and we missed the count. But are we
Nope,
still at
that was
6?
me. That was me.
Okay.
I hesitated because I'm like, I wish I could do half a hand, but yes,
Okay.
that was
You
me
know
at
what?
the
I'm
end.
I'm gonna need everyone who's in favor of this to raise their hand again. I'm just confused whether or not Antigoni's hand was voted. If you're in favor of the inactivation, please raise your hand. So I'm counting 6. Okay, wait, now we're at 7. Anyone else want to vote for in favor? We are at 7. Lower your hands. All opposed to this, please raise your hand. Okay, 7 to 1. All right, those items have passed. Michael?
Yeah, I just want to say, if I can just copy her, that I feel kind of like Antigone does with half a hand. I don't want to vote for this, but I was listening to the conversation. I just didn't hear a solution. So I just felt that the committee has to move forward then.
Well, it is a very unfortunate situation.
Yes.
I have heard from many of the students in horticulture, and I have not heard from the students that wanted to take horticulture, but were not allowed to get in. So I don't know where we would be at with those numbers.
Thanks.
Thank you, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to move on to the next item. That would be item for the BOT, item 26-1C226B. It's an inactivation, same story here. Okay, I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Seconded.
Sheldon, are you here?
He is not. I can present for them.
Thank you.
No problem. So we're asking to inactivate this program because of low enrollment over the past few years. We're barely having enough students in our BOT classes to run them, even near capacity. We've ran a few at very low capacity to allow students to get through the program without too much delay, but our numbers are really low. We don't have the incoming students into BOT to sustain the program. So that's why we're asking to inactivate it.
Oh, I'll ask you the same question. Do you know how many numbers are actively enrolled right now?
Yes, we have 40 that have declared BOT as their pathway. Of that 40, 3 are finishing the core this semester. 1 finished last semester, and 1 has a few classes left, but has said he's no longer interested. We're going to follow up with them again just to be sure. And then the remaining 35 are ranged from beginning in 2001 through now. And those 35 have not taken any of the BOT core courses yet. They've only taken gen eds. Also, 7 of those 35 have 2 to 3 additional programs added as their pathways.
Okay. Any questions for Dean Bartley on this inactivation from the committee or anyone present? All in favor of inactivation of C226B BOT, please raise your hand.
We're good.
Lower your hands. Any opposed to the inactivation of BOT? That item has passed. Before we move on to auto, I just want to say that it's very challenging, and I don't know if any strategic planning committee has investigated this further, but I was on a strategic planning committee in the past that we discussed the issue of students' active majors, and this is bringing up a problem that Dean Bartley spoke about today, is if there's 40 people declaring that they're active in BOT, but they're not taking classes. It's hard as a department chair to determine how many people are actually in my program, because people are declaring 4, 5, 6 majors, and they're not really in that particular major. It's very challenging to make informed decisions then if we're not precise on who's actively taking courses and who is not. I know that I had once asked for a list and it came back with like 200 people, and I know there's not 200 people in my program because I'd be really happy if there were. And so, you know, also a problem as a department chair would be I'm trying to reach out to the people in my program and I'm sending emails or try to contact these 200 people, and they're not even aware that they were in the program, and they don't want messages about the program. So it just becomes very clouded when I'm trying to make informed decisions. Michael?
Yeah, I have the same, I would have the same problem, Julianne, if I had a similar program to yours, but you at the English department. But yeah, whenever I get a list of how many English majors we have, I have no idea what that even means, because and I think it's some of it I know from students I have worked with. I'll say, well, it says here you're this, and they'll say, well, that's you know, I hit that, but I didn't really want to do it. But they don't really think later, oh, I've got to get back and take that out. So you end up with a list of people who at the time thought they were going to do your program and then decided not to. And I think that feels to me like something that could be worked on. I don't have an immediate solution, but you have a good point.
You know, my proposed solution, and it didn't really go anywhere in the strategic planning committee, and I don't know if anyone's on the call right now that would be able to at least listen to this or have a varied idea, but I had thought every semester when a student self-registers that a pop-up window came up and it says, this is the degrees you're registered in, click yes if it's true, click no if it's not, and if they click no, then another page could pop up with what degrees they could select to be in. Certainly if they're with an advisor should be asking those questions every semester. I was told that it was not technologically possible to do that when I was in the strategic planning committee. And in fact, the strategic planning committee that I was on was about degree completion. It wasn't about declared majors, but I said, well, we can't necessarily get to the end point if we don't have the right starting point, which is what major am I in? So that was my recommendation. I don't think it went very far, but I'm not technologically advanced enough to figure out if that's something that could be done or not. But I think that if someone is, that could be a solution.
I'm not either, Julianne, but that seems really simple. I don't think, I mean, I've seen more complicated things than that in our pop-ups, I think, unless I'm missing something in what you're saying here. You know, there's a pop-up and, you know, you say yes or no. And if you say yes, it's over. If you say no, it takes you somewhere. That doesn't seem massively, you know, complicated.
Yeah. Well, I could bring that to somebody else who might know what to do with it, or maybe somebody else on the call could do the same. If we could just maintain communication to clear these numbers up, it might help with degree completions. All right, we're going to move on. We have auto to go. We have auto to go. Auto was not put in to the system by the deadline, so it was holding us up quite a bit. Can I have a motion to approve? I'm looking at the numbers right now. 26-22 through 26-60. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? I just need a second to present this.
Second.
Okay. So here we have 15 auto curriculum revisions. You see about half of them on your screen right now. And then we have the other half. Susie, if I am recalling that the curriculum names are not changing, is this correct?
Right, except hotel motel management.
Okay, well, we're on auto, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're talking auto. So the ones you're seeing on your screen right now, they're going to read the titles remaining the same. Am I correct on that? Don't go any further than yes or no on that. The titles are remaining the same, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have revision of C247D, AAS C347C Auto Tech Certificate, C447B Auto Brakes and Suspension Certificate, C447J Hybrid Electric Vehicle Service certificate, C447D light vehicle maintenance certificate, 447E transmission repair certificate, 447C engine performance certificate, C209A auto diesel transportation AAS, 447G truck brake and suspension certificate, 447. This was a duplicate. It's not G, but it's truck drivetrain repair. On the agenda, there's 2 Gs, and I don't believe there should be 2 Gs. C447H truck repair engine certificate, C247C GM AAS, C247J Honda Acura degree, C347J Honda Acura certificate, C247E auto service management AAS. That would be a combination of 15 curriculum revisions, and we have 17 auto course revisions. Of these, the numbers are changing, the titles are changing, the course learning outcome topics and topical learning outcomes are all changing. So that's a preview of what that is, and I'll have Ken speak as I'm shuffling through these slides. Go ahead.
Okay, Julianne, what would you need to know from us?
Okay, so first off, this is correct. Am I right? We have 15 curriculum revisions and we have 17 auto course revisions. Are those numbers correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Basically, when we're talking about rationale, and I'm saying this to you, Ken, but so everyone else is aware too. What was done? Why was it done? And what's the supporting evidence?
Okay. What was done is we had reorganized our course learning outcomes as far as our ASE accrediting agency requires. So as far as the automotive degree itself and the automotive content that we deliver, our program is accredited by ASE Education Foundation or Automotive Service Excellence. As the business changes, we are having to realign the content that we teach in very specific courses. The other thing is we had some courses that had a lot of contact hours in them. You know, when we're talking about 5 and 6 credit hours to the students, we were talking about them butts and seats for 4.5 and 5 hours at a time. So what we have done is we have lowered those credit hours and we have added more classes so that we can attempt to add persistence to our students. Right?
Okay, and I inadvertently forgot to mention there were 4 new auto courses, and you see those on your screen right now. So it's Auto 172, Engine Fundamentals 2, Auto 214, Auto Systems Integration, Capstone 216, Electrical System Integration 222, Driveline Systems. So I just wanted all the members to be aware that there were 4 new in addition to those 17 revisions. And when I was reviewing in Watermark, it just seemed that a lot of this had to be done to keep up with the changing field of automotive and how things are becoming more automotive and computer driven rather than what we had in the past. We spoke with Purva, who is going to relay some information to the HLC. There may be a form that we need to fill out for that. So this is just an internal vote today. Once it does go to vote today, if it gets approved, that's just the internal Triton approval. We will still need to go, through our internal processes of Senate and board, but then the ICCB and HLC may require a little additional paperwork for this. But as long as it is supported by the evidence of your accrediting body, then that really dictates what needs to be done. Does anyone have further questions on this? I know we tried to handle some of why the numbers were changing, and that's to keep things in order. I have some of the certificates on your screen. This is actually AAS, but I have some of them on the screen to visually see upon voting, but they are also obviously in your packet, so I can give some people some time to look over those. But you will see some of these certificates here. Any further questions while we're looking through this? And in the screens where you're seeing right now,
real quick.
Well, just let me finish this. You will see that in parentheses is the old number, and then the new numbers would be the ones listed out of the parentheses. Antigone, go ahead.
Real quick, I know it went really fast, but it looked like the certificate was only 12 credit hours. Looked like something just rattled off. Or are we looking at components of a degree here? Oh, that's it.
Okay, so there were seven. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Was there 15 curriculum? We do have of the 15. Let me go back. Of the 15, we do have some of these are like mini certificates where you would see yes,
Gotcha.
12 hours.
Will the mini
But the degrees are in the range of 66 to 67.
Will the mini certificates qualify for FAFSA?
You know, it's a good question. People have asked me that because I have some certificates that are 9 credit hours, and Susie could back me up if I'm incorrect here, but I believe so. Susie, do you know?
For FAFSA, I'm not sure about that, about financial aid.
There used to be a rule, and perhaps I'm just around too long, where it was something about 16 credit hours is the sweet spot to make sure that a student can come in to qualify for FAFSA, but perhaps those rules went out the window because I know some students were getting FAFSA at 9 credit hours.
I actually heard 2 ways. They can get a percentage if it's lower than the
Yeah.
16.
That's what I heard as well. Go ahead. Sorry.
I do want to say, I don't think these changed in terms of the numbers. We've had these in the past. Is that correct, Ken?
That's correct.
All right. So that's not something we're voting on a change for. So that's been, been on the books and not necessarily changing the credit hours for this particular one. The credit hours that did change were just minor ones like 1 hour in the degree or so, based on the new courses or the elective options. So the credit hours typically are not changing. Sue, do you want to comment?
Yeah, I was just going to say there's no restriction on the certificates, and whoever said about prorating the financial aid, it's related to how many credits there are. There is push for lower level credits. You can still get support.
Yeah, that's good news. Thank you.
16 package.
Paul?
Just wanted to add that our they're stackable certificates within the larger degree, and we really don't have students that are coming to take those individually, but as a way of encouraging them as they go through a very large, very robust program, they are rewarded with credentials whenever they finish covering a specific topic area within the program. So even though they're not, some may not be covered for full financial aid, those students will be getting it because they're part of a larger program.
Oh, good news. Yes. And I want to comment on that before we vote here. Those mini certificates are really drawing students in, the ones that stack to the higher level as this auto does. We have it in our areas as well. They really like that. We actually have high school kids doing the mini certificates, so that prepares them to just jump right in and do a larger certificate, and which counts towards the degree as well. So if you have those in your area, that's great. If you don't have those in your area, it's something that you could potentially think about. Dean Bartley, I believe in arts and science, we're investigating this as one of our goals. Is that correct?
Correct. We're looking at potential micro-credentials across
Yes.
our division, our departments, whether they be individual departments or integrated.
Yes, and that is really great for any student, but definitely high school would be an entryway for them to potentially even get work while they're moving through this. But that's definitely another topic for another time. So we're going to vote on these revisions. We have once again 4 new courses, 17 revised courses, and 15 curriculum revisions. All in favor, please raise your hand. I do see 10.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, lower your hands. Any opposed? Did somebody oppose?
No, I put it down.
Okay. Just thank you, Paul and Justina and Ken. Thank you for the work on this. Just be ready if the curriculum office or HLC needs additional paperwork to fill out. But otherwise, we will move this forward to the Senate next. But be ready if needed for ICCD or HLC paperwork. Is that okay?
We'll be
Sounds
ready.
good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Susie.
Yes, Susie has been working very hard on this. It's been a while on these, getting them in Watermark and cleaning them up for the meeting. Dates and deadlines. So we are 4 days away from the March deadline. Please try to adhere to this. It's just overwhelming for Susie and the reviewers of the curriculum committee to try to look over this in a crunch time and get it ready. So please, if you could adhere to these deadlines, this would be, the dean needs to approve by February 9th any items for the March meeting. So if the dean doesn't have them by now, it's probably not going to make the March meeting. You can always submit to the dean and the curriculum office. We will put it on the agenda at the next available meeting if you do happen to miss the deadline. But we're going to have to start saying no to people that are submitting things past that, because it's just too much for the curriculum committee to review that and make an informed decision. So we have 3 more meetings this semester. Summer will be off from curriculum meetings. Other items, actually in the agenda, we do have II end of panel season updates, which are updates from the II that is posted in your agenda. You can look through those. And we are trying to make a little bit of progress towards replacing Watermark. So there has been several members of the college that have met and will still make progress. We will continue to use Watermark through the end of this semester, but we will see something different potentially when we come back in the fall. But a lot of work needs to happen between now and then, so I don't really have much more updates for you on that. Does anyone have any announcements? I'm taking a deep breath. It's been a long month for curriculum. More
Yes,
so for
sorry.
other people, not necessarily just me.
Sorry the packet was late, but the computer crashed over having 1,400 pages from Watermark. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully
All
it
right.
won't happen.
So thank you, Susie, for the work on this and getting it ready. And I know Justina did quite a bit for auto, so I appreciate the many emails that have been going back and forth regarding that. I would like to have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 3:33 p.m. February 5th, 2026.
Motion,
to
Bill.
adjourn. Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, you could raise your hand for adjournment.
Who seconded?
Michael.
Bill? Michael?
Okay, and we have enough raising our hand to adjourn. Thank you, everyone, for attending and participating. I'm going to stop the recording.